Good morning, America. How you doing? You guys just watched that Trump press conference? You know, Trump is the greatest leader of all time, the greatest leader of this country, and honestly, I think of the world, of all in history of the world. I mean, everything he just said in the press conference was 100% accurate, the truth. I mean, American. I mean, what it. That's what a leader sounds like. That is, he just gave you the perfect example of a great leader of a country, of the greatest country in the world. And that's how it should be. It's how it should always be with our leaders, but lately it hasn't been. Everything he said about Greenland, 100% correct. We need it. We need it for our protection. We need it because China wants it. They want to run that whole Arctic waterway there. We need it. What he said about Canada. Canada is just a mooch. I mean, they're a bunch of liberal mooches that mooch off the United States. We protect them. We don't need none of their products in this country. We need to annex them into our country and make them a state. You know, I wish you would have said something about Mexico being a state because that's the only way we can get these cartels in line. That's what we should pursue that also. What he said about the Panama Canal, I already said that on my podcast. 38,000 deaths, millions and millions of dollars for that. For back in those days, was a lot of money to build it, and we gave it away, sold it for $1. That was Jimmy Carter. I mean, everything he says and that he's always said is the truth. People just don't want to hear the truth anymore. They rather worry about their own little their liberal stupid shit with sex and transgenderism and going, teaching your kids how to be a terrorist in school. I mean, but Donald Trump's a great man. I just saw the greatest president I've ever seen in my lifetime give one of the best press conferences I've ever seen. I mean, what he said about the hostages, I love it. I love it. He's even more direct than Reagan was. They better be out by the time I become president, or all hell will break loose. And that's what I want to hear. And that's what I want to see if they're not released. That is how you get resolved, people. You don't get resolved from being the nice guy all the time. We do not see kumbaya. It's not that Coke commercial, hands around the world from the 70s. That's just a bunch of crap. I mean, people want what we have. They want to take what we have. But honestly, we're giving it to them so they don't have to take it. We need to take it back. And I love Donald Trump because I just love somebody giving a shit about America for the first time. I haven't seen it. Honestly, the Bushes were all right, but since Reagan was the last true American great president. And his vice president Bush wasn't bad. He wasn't that bad either. And his son wasn't that bad, but they weren't Reagan. But Donald Trump is Reagan on steroids, and I love it. I love everything about it. I love it because he loves America. He loves America like I love America. And I don't know why so many people hate this country. I don't get it. I mean, they actually think that if they if they went to these other countries, it'd be better. You know why they keep threatening to move out and they don't? These movie stars and all that, because it's not better. It's one of their little games they talk. Like I said, they're children. How they ever became rich, how they ever became a famous actor or comedian is beyond me. When they're just that stupid. I mean, when they don't have a single thought of their own. Thoughts that they have are not American, and I don't like it. But Donald, you just saw the best press conference I think I've ever seen of a president today with Donald Trump, and everything he said was factually correct. I mean, and 100% American. I love it. I love it all. I mean, what's not to love about somebody who's fighting for us so strongly? Somebody that doesn't have to be there because they have so much money. He doesn't take a salary. He's doing it because it's the right thing to do, because it's not getting done by these professional politicians. You gotta love it, people. I mean, you gotta love it. He's doing it because he's a real American. Who would ever thought back in the day? I used to have a Trump watch back in the '90s, and who would ever thought that he's going to run for president? I don't even know what happened with that watch. I wish I still had it. It said Trump on it. The $500 watch back in '99. I don't know what happened to it, but I mean, I wish I still had it. But who would have ever thought that Donald Trump would be such a great man? You know what I mean? I always knew he's a good businessman. I always knew he's gangster. But who would have ever thought that Donald Trump would be the man who loves this country the most? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think he shows it with every word that comes out of his mouth. It always has. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I hope everybody gets on this Trump bandwagon because it's a good thing, people. Democrats, if you ever watch this program, come on, man, always he's caring about you more than yourselves. If you don't understand that the things that you're propagating for is bringing down this country, then I don't know. You know, it's just a sad thing if you don't understand that. I mean, we can all have our little perversions and all that. Just don't put a shit on nobody else, and let's get back to normality. Let's get back to common sense. I mean, and just let her and keep your stuff in your house. Don't push it on nobody. And all these podcasts and all these things that people are talking about each other with, just stop. I mean, God, we never had these kind of problems when I was growing up. Well, we didn't have this technology that's making everybody lazy either, you know. But yeah, like I said, people, except for this podcast, I don't know. I don't have a cell phone. I don't have a Facebook account. I don't have no other accounts except this YouTube thing to get my so I can vent on here and vet my fucking frustrations out. But I mean, I really wish the technology was gone. I mean, everybody's sitting around trying to hear every little information in the world, wanting to talk to their family and their kids every 5 seconds. I mean, faces buried in that kind of in tablets, and I mean, nobody's playing no more. Nobody's eating right. Nobody's learning nothing, and everybody's wondering what's going on in this country. I really think the technology has ruined this country beyond repair, and I hope someday that. Then, well, I think we need AI. Honestly, we need this AI stuff going on because everybody's getting fat, lazy, and stupid because they don't want to. I mean, now it's getting put on our kids. You got parents that are doing it, giving such a bad example to their children. I mean, people aren't working all the time. I mean, nobody's thinking about their kids anymore. Not like it was when I was growing up. But honestly, when I was growing up, kids were just a lot smarter than they are now. Their parents didn't have to watch us like they. I mean, well, they're not watching them now, but we were out acting mature, more mature than the kids are now. We didn't have to have a. I didn't. Can you imagine me running around my dial-up phone back in the day? Oh, I gotta be sitting on the phone, all walking around the dial-up phone instead of a cell phone. It would have never happened. I called. Where are we gonna meet? And we went and had fun. I mean, cruising town, going to different parties. I mean, I don't understand playing sports, going to school, going out with girls. I don't even understand where this technology, how this technology has made our world a better place. It's made it a lazier place. I mean, and I don't give three shits about what my kids, my family are doing all day long. I mean, I never have. I mean, they're grown ups. They got their lives going on. Let them live their lives. I mean, let everybody live their lives without sitting there wondering about everything all day long. It just really cracks me up. Honestly, it cracks me up. I don't understand it. I mean, the world was going around just fine, round and round and round back when I was growing up without none of this technology. I mean, I didn't even get a calculator. I can remember when the handheld calculator came out back in like 1973, 74. I mean, who cares? It was kind of cool for a second, but I knew how to do my arithmetic and all that, so it was unnecessary. But I mean, like the Sony Walkman came out. I had that for a little while. I got rid of that. Then all these video games started coming out, and I'm not the type of guy to sit in some house playing video games all damn night. I mean, most girls don't like to play video games all night. So, I mean, if the girls aren't there, the last thing I want to do is sit in a house full of guys playing video games all night long. I'm going to hit the parties over here. I'm going to the clubs. I mean, but anyway, that's how I feel about this technology. But, I mean, I hope you guys watch that speech today of Donald Trump's because it was a great speech. Not a speech, but a great news conference. And he answered he took so many questions from reporters, I think he took more questions on this press conference than Joe Biden has given in the last 4 years. And probably 4 years before that. And Kamala Harris. I mean, Kamala's too busy playing with her Pamela. I mean, so I'm just saying. I mean, it was a great press conference. He answered all the questions correctly. No spin. You know what I mean? I mean, like with the truth. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, a president finally goes on there and talks straight truth instead of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Barack Obama and the whole Democratic Party with their little spins they throw on everything. Can't tell the truth for nothing. I mean, today was a great day for this country, and the world sees it. And I hope all Americans watch that press conference shows you why Donald Trump won decisively, because he is the man. Donald Trump is the man. All right, this has gotten a shot. You guys have a great day.